Jasvir peered through the living room shears, watching her sister-in-law struggle to get out of the shiny black car. Darshan had not just shrunk, as people do with age. She had collapsed in on herself, hunched forward on a cane, her round body shifting from side to side as if she were walking slowly over hot coals, her weeble-wobble movements setting the pace for her son and his wife, whose ardent offers to help her up the stairs were declined with a dismissive gesture. As they came closer to the front door, Jasvir turned away from the window, closed her eyes tight as if she could wish them away. She listened to them comment on the sold sign planted in her front lawn, their curious voices soon drowned out by the sound of the elaborate doorbell her late husband, Dalbir, had loved so much. She remembered how proud he was when they built the house, how he took friends and family on a tour of the not yet fully framed rooms, how it smelt like timber and metal, and how that smell still made her nostalgic. "Picture it," he'd said, as he panned the air with his hands, but somehow she could never quite imagine it. As the Westminster bell chimed, she wondered what to do. She knew why they were here. Earlier in the day, her cousin had called to say they'd just been to her house to deliver the invitation, and in doing so, she had shared whatever new gossip there was about the groom and his family, and rehashed the sordid details around the shooting that had left his older brother paralyzed. "Suchi," was all Jasvir had said, and that polite cue was the only encouragement her cousin needed to keep talking. She knew she should have hung up. She had plenty to do. But what did most other women her age have to do besides gossip? So she decided to allow her cousin the simple pleasure of acting as commentator and critic on lives that were far more dramatic than her own. Phone to her ear, Jasvir had stood by the window and stared outside, watching the birds perch on the power lines and wondering if they, too, were looking at her, crowing about the old lady who lived in the giant peach stucco house with the red-tiled roof, the lady who spent her days wandering from room to room. Before she put the house on the market, she'd rented the basement suite to a few international students who were attending a nearby college. Twinkle, her favorite tenant, would often come upstairs to visit and have tea, but now that she had moved out, Jasvir felt utterly alone, falling prey to the distraction that comes with listening to other people's dramas. Since she'd idled on the phone with her cousin, she now felt ill-prepared, underdressed, and inferior in ways that only her family could make her feel.